Pep Guardiola, I guess, is a master of this.
Pep Guardiola is... You know what's good with Pep Guardiola? Before we started games, he will have identified the aspect of the other team. He will tell us who's good on the ball. He will identify the weakness of the team. He will tell us this winger, he doesn't defend well, he's too high, so enjoy the space in his back. He will tell us, let this centre-back going out, because when he goes out on his left foot, he's not so comfortable. He will tell us, press the left back, because he starts panicking. We will know exactly what will happen before we start the game. And we will know how to exit. And we will know how to position ourselves on the pitch, because I remember one game we played against Swansea. Before the game, he told me, you know, Sigurdsson.
Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Yes, when he defends, he's too high. So he creates a gap between him and his left back. So you're going to have space in his back. So position yourself on his back. So we start the game. You said, Fernandinho, as soon as he gets the ball, he knows he can find you behind. But you have to be on the right position. So we play 5 seconds. Pick, pick. Ball to me. He find me, I attack. He said, when you have the ball, you attack. I attack, I cross. I go, turns up, score 1-0. I was like, whoa.
It's like what Henry was saying. Remember when, you must have seen the story. He's talking about Pep at Barca. Henry scores 2 goals. Pep's mad at him. Why? You're out of position. You're supposed to stay left. You're supposed to stay wide. So if Xavi or Iniesta want to pass to you, they don't even need to look and just pass, and they know you're there. But if you are out of your position, we lose the ball.
Yeah.
Pep was mad.
Yeah. And he was mad again when he played against Sporting Lisbon. I don't know if you saw, was it 1-5-1?
Yeah, but he was still...
At the end of the game, he was super upset at the team. And he told them, look, from today, you are going to play the way I want you to play. I ask you to play one way, I don't care about the result. You're going to play the way I ask you to play. And this is why he's in the Champions League final now, because he will know exactly how to play. They will have a plan.
Does he overthink, though? He's been accused of this. They reached the Champions League final before against Chelsea, and they lost that. And they played Chelsea twice before. They had Fernandinho in one game. Then they had another holding midfielder, I can't remember who it was now, as well. And then in the final, he went with neither. But he kept tinkering around. Do you think he overthinks things?
He always tries to adapt to the team he's facing. Obviously, he's lost, so everyone will criticize him. But if you look at the rate of success he has, whenever he picks a team or when he plays John Stones in the middle, this year he won. John Stones played number 6 and he won the league. And they were very strong. So they don't see the fact that it changed. If they had lost games or lost possession or something, of course they will criticize. But unfortunately, when it goes well, people don't see. When it goes wrong, of course, they will point him. But if he did for a reason, tactically maybe. Maybe they needed to gain position in the middle or say something.
There's always a reason.
There's always
a reason with him. Do you think he could do what he's done without spending money? That's the thing about Jose Mourinho or Pep. Who does people prefer? Because
he will definitely make a team better. 100%. He will definitely make players better, make them play better as a team. Because tactically, I learned things at the age of 33 that I never thought about. So if you have to talk about the football aspect, yes, 100%. But then unfortunately, nowadays, you need 2 teams to compete. And we saw with Arsenal. If Arsenal has a bench that can still compete and perform, they will be champion.
Did you see the City's bench against Chelsea?
The players played so many games, so much pressure. Like, how are you going to ask Saka to repeat efforts for so many games? And Saka dropped. His level of form dropped compared to the beginning of the season, to 3/4 of the season. And he didn't have so much impact on 1v1. on be decisive, on scoring, because physically he dropped. But at that point, if he didn't play 36 games before that, and he only played 30 because someone could replace him and skip the level of the team, that would make difference. It's little difference,
Yeah.
10, 50. And this is the beauty of buying players and having money to spend on players, because the length of the squad is bigger and you have so many games. A player cannot play 60 games at the same level. At some point, physically, he will drop. And this is probably why Arsenal dropped level. Mentally and physically, they dropped a bit. But at that level, you drop a bit 10%, you see it.
I guess another aspect of Pep's success is he's not afraid to make decisions. You said about how he's more than happy to drop a player if they're not putting effort in. I remember when he first joined, Joe Hart. He said, "You're not the keeper for me." And this guy was looking like a City legend, but I would say he still is a Manchester City legend. But he was gone. It was just like that. And then Pep brought in Claudio Bravo.
Because of his fit.
Exactly, but he wasn't afraid to make that decision.
No.
And he wasn't afraid to say, I made a mistake with Claudio Bravo, so what did? I go out and buy Edison. He seemed to say, okay, I made a mistake here. Not publicly, but the fact that he made those decisions and bought those players.
Yeah, because he wants to play. This is my point. He has an idea on how he wants to play and what he expects from the players, what he expects from the right back, what he expects from the keeper, what he expects from the centre back, what he expects from the striker. He expects the striker to make efforts and defend and put pressure constantly. And if the striker doesn't do it, come with me on the bench. And he did with Aguero. When he first came, he was not happy about Aguero's commitment defending. So he benched him for like 3 months.
Yeah. I was like, wow. Everyone was saying he's not his player. But
until Aguero did efforts, he benched him. And he did with all of us. If he's not happy about something, you will know why. You will not know why, but you will understand something is wrong. So you have to work on yourself to change and make him change decision.
To take someone like Joe Hart out, it must have had an impact on the rest of the squad, right? You must have thought, okay, he means business.
Well, you know it's Pep, so not really.
Well, because he's Pep, right?
It's
Barcelona, Bayern, and then
it's about winning. You wouldn't pay attention of who you are, how many years you spend at the club, who you represent. He did it with Barcelona, with Ronaldinho, Eto'o. He did it at City, where if he's not happy about the player's commitment, you're out, no matter who you are. And I believe this is the right mentality.
Even if Zlatan writes a book about him.
Yeah, but everyone has to be treated the same. No matter if you have captain, no matter if you've been in the club for a long time, no matter if you have a name. It's about making effort on the pitch because you want to win. And you want to bring excellency. And this is why it's easy. It's not always about money. People will say, yeah, but that's easy. He has money. No, he has players that makes efforts constantly on the pitch. And that wants to perform constantly. Weekend after weekend, game after game. They have to be 100%. He won't be pleased with the player 90% or 95%. He will bench him and put the player maybe who has less quality but has 100%. And that keeps the competition in the squad, and you need to keep the competition. If you have a player that knows no matter what happened on the pitch, he will start. So the one time he will have to sprint 10 meters to defend, he won't do it. But that's probably the one time you will concede the goal and you will see the end. Maybe the defender making mistakes, or maybe the keeper making a mistake, or maybe it's a gap that was created. But the gap probably started at the top.
Yeah. That's why I guess managers seem to love someone like James Milner. He always works hard, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Fabian Delph, to an extent, at Manchester City, he'll just do whatever he was told, really, and he will always put in 110%.
Yeah.
Put him as a left-back. He'll play exceptionally as a left-back, even though he isn't a left-back.
Exactly.
Hard-working. Very hard-working.